Hello everyone. Today we are going to draw the influence line diagrams for forces in a through type symmetric truss. Let's see what is a through type truss and a deck type truss. There are two types of truss bridges. They are through type and a deck type. In the through type, the truss receives load at its bottom chord joints. You can see that the bottom chord joints are in the road level. In the deck type, the truss receives loads on its top chord joints. You can see that the top chord joints are in the road level. Now let's see what is a Pratt truss. In a Pratt truss, there will be vertical members and diagonals. The diagonals slope down towards each other. You can see that the diagonals are sloping down towards each other. The Pratt truss was designed by Thomas Wills Pratt and Caleb Pratt, a pair of American engineers. This type of truss is most appropriate for horizontal spans where the forces are predominantly in the vertical direction. Today we are going to draw ILD in a deck Pratt truss with parallel chords. The green color indicates the compression members in the ILD diagram. You can see that all the top chord members are compressive. Also, the first inclined member and the last inclined member are compressive. The red color indicates tension. All the bottom chord members are tensile. Also, the first vertical member and the last vertical member are tensile. The purple color indicates the zero member. It is a zero member. In some of the members, we are having black color. In these cases, the ILD will have both tensile and compressive values. Using these concepts, let's start drawing the ILD diagram. Now, let us start drawing the influence line diagrams. The total length is given as 48 meter. Each bottom chord is 8 meter long. Totally, we are having 6 bottom chord members. So 6 into 8, we will get 48 meter. The height is given as 8 meter. First, let us make ILD for the top chord members. First, let us make ILD for the force U1, U2. It is a top chord member. For the top chord members and the bottom chord members, we can apply the formula x into L minus x upon LH. By using the formula, we can find the influence line ordinate. For U1 and U2, we have to see where they are meeting. U1 and U2 are meeting in the point L2. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L2. On the left side, we are having the distance x, which is equal to 16 meter. On the right side, we are having L minus x, which is equal to 32 meter. Let us apply the value of x, L minus x and h in the formula. Finally, we are getting 4 upon 3. We already know all the upper chord members are compressive. When the unit load is in the point L0, all the load will be taken for the reaction. So FU1, U2 will be 0 in the point L0. Also, when the unit load is in the point L6, all the load will be taken for the reaction. Here also FU1, U2 will be 0. Using the concept, we can draw the influence line diagram. In L0 it will be 0 and in L6 it will be 0. In L2 we have found the value 4 upon 3. Since it is compressive, we have to mark as negative. Now let us make the ILD for force in the U4, U5. Here also we have to see where U4 and U5 are meeting. U4 and U5 are meeting in the point L4. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L4. On the left of L4 we are having 32 meter. On the right of L4 we are having 16 meter. We can apply in the formula. Here also we are getting 4 by 3. In the points L0 and L6, the force in U4, U5 will be 0. We know that all the upper chord members are compressive. Using that we can make the influence line diagram. Now let us make ILD for the force U2, U3. Here also we have to see where U2 and U3 are meeting. U2 and U3 are meeting in the point L3. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L3. On the left of L3 we are having 24 meter. On the right of L3 also we are having 24 meter. Now we can apply in the formula. Finally we are getting 3 upon 2. Now we can make the ILD. Now let us make ILD for the force U3, U4. Let us see where U3 and U4 are meeting. U3 and U4 are meeting in the point L3. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L3. On the left of L3 we are having 24 meter. On the right we are having 24 meter. Using the formulas we can calculate the ordinate, which is equal to 3 by 2. Now we can make the diagram. We have finished for the top chord members. Now let us draw ILD for the bottom chord members. For finding out the ordinate for F L0 L1, we have to see where L0 and L1 are meeting. L0 and L1 are meeting in the point U1, but we are making the ordinates with reference to the bottom distance. Below U1 we are having L1. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L1. On the left of L1 we are having 8 meter. On the right of L1 we are having 40 meter. Finally we are getting 5 upon 6. We know that all the bottom chord members are tensile. In the point L0 and L6, F L0 L1 will be 0. Using this concept we can draw ILD. Since it is positive, we have to draw above the line. Now let us make ILD for the force L5, L6. Let's check where L5 and L6 are meeting. L5 and L6 are meeting in the point U5. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L5. On the left we are having 40 meter, on the right we are having 8 meter. After the calculations we are getting 5 upon 6. Then we can make the ILD very easily. Now let us make ILD for FL1, L2. L1 and L2 are meeting in the point U1. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L1. The ILO is 5 upon 6. Using that we can make ILD. Now let us make ILD for the force L4, L5. L4 and L5 are meeting in the point U5. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L5. Hello, you can see the ILD. Now let us make ILD for the force L2, L3. L2 and L3 are meeting in the point U2. So we have to make the ordinate in the point L2. We are getting the ordinate 4 upon 3. Using that we can make the ILD. Now let us make ILD for L3, L4. L3 and L4 are meeting in the point U4. So we have to make the ordinate in L4. For the ordinate we are getting 4 upon 3. Using that we can make the ILD. We have done influence line diagram for the top chord members and bottom chord members. Now let us start with the vertical members. First let us do for the force L1 U1. In the point L0, force L1 U1 will be 0 because all of the load will be taken by the reaction. When the unit load is acting in the point L1, all of the load will be taken by FL1 U1. Also it will be acting upwards. Using the concept we can draw ILD for FL1 U1. In the point L1 it will be 1, and in the point L0 it will be 0, and in the point L2 it will be 0, because after the point L2 there will be no connection. Also FL1 U1 will be tensile. Suppose in the method of joints we are having two vertical forces, one is acting upwards and one is acting downwards. This force will be tensile. Here also we are having the same thing. The unit force is acting downwards. FL1 U1 is acting upwards. Using this concept we can say that FL1 U1 is tensile, so it is positive. In the same way we can draw influence line diagram for the force U5L5. Now let us make ILD for force FU2L2. For U2L2 the right side panel is L2, L3. We have to project L2, L3. After projecting in the same direction of the diagonal U2, L3, we have to make an inclined line. Then we have to connect the inclined line with L0 and L6. Here we have two ordinates, one ordinate under L2 and another ordinate under L3. The formula to find the ordinate under L2 is A upon L. Here A is 16, L is 48. 16 upon 48 we will get 1 upon 3. The formula to find the ordinate under L3 is B upon L. Here B is 24, L is 48. 24 upon 48 we will get 1 by 2. This ordinate is positive because we are having the ordinate above the line. This ordinate is negative because we are having the ordinate below this line. Now let us make ILD for FU4L4. U4L4 is located on the right side of the truss. So we have to see the left side panel. For U4L4, the left side panel is L3L4. From that, we have to make the projection, and then in the same direction of the diagonal L3U4, we have to make an inclined line. Then we have to connect the line with the L0 and L6. Here also we are having two ordinates. For L3, one ordinate, and for L4, we have one ordinate. The formula to find the ordinate under L3 is A upon L. Here A is 24, L is 48. 24 upon 48, we will get 1 by 2. Under L4, the formula for the ordinate is B upon L. Here B is 16, L is 48. 16 by 48, we will get 1 by 3. Now let us draw the ILD for force U3L3. When the unit load 1 moves from L0 to L6, there will be no force developed in U3L3. So we are having a flat line because FU3L3 is always 0. Suppose the unit load is moving on the top chord members, there will be value for FU3L3, but the unit load is moving on the bottom chord members. That is why FU3L3 is always 0. Now let us start drawing influence line diagrams for the diagonal members. First, let us do for L0 U1. From L0 and U1, let us make projection. Then let us look at L0 U1. L0 U1 is in this direction. If we make a line in the opposite direction for L0 U1, it will be like this. In the same way, we can make a line here. Then we can connect with the L6. In this way, we can easily make ILD for L0 U1. The formula for the ordinate under L1 is B upon L cosec theta. B is 40 meter, length is 48. When we apply in the formula, we are getting this. For finding out the theta value, let us apply the tan formula. The opposite side height is 8 meter. The adjacent side is also 8 meter. Tan inverse 8 upon 8, we will get 45 degree. So for theta, let us apply 45. From the beginning, we know that L0 U1 and U5 L6 will be compressive. That is why we have drawn below the line. In the same way, we can make ILD for force U5 L6. Now let us make ILD for force U1 L2. For that, from U1 and L2, we have to make the projections. U1 L2 is in this direction. For ILD, we have to make a line in the opposite direction. You can see that I have made a line in the opposite direction. Then we have to connect with the L0 and L6. The formula for the ordinate under L1 is equal to A upon L into cosec theta. A is 8 meter, L is 48 meter. We can apply in the formula. Finally, we are getting this. The formula for the ordinate under L2 is equal to B upon L into cosec theta. B is 32 meter, L is 48 meter. After applying in the formula, we are getting this. In the same way, we can draw ILD for force U5 L4. Just project L4 and U5. Then make a line in the opposite direction. Then apply the formula. We will get the ordinates. Now let us make ILD for FU2 L3. Here also project U2 and L3. Then draw a line in the opposite direction. After that, we have to apply the formulas. In the same way, we can draw the influence line diagram for the force U4 L3. Project the points L3 and U4. Then draw a line in the opposite direction of U4 L3. Then we can apply the formulas for the ordinates. Now we are going to end this session. Thank you for watching this video.